Me. Oh, you know we're rolling. Hi, this is Nonsensical. My name is Isaac, and if you drew a picture of a ham, I would not be able to tell what it is.
My name is Peter, and I brought a ping pong paddle, and I hope you're not scared, but
Think fast.
think fast. It didn't hit you, but oh well.
And if you haven't seen this before, where have you been? Come on, this is where the action is. But this is, as I said before, this is Nonsensical. This is a podcast where two guys, me and him, talk about whatever, whenever we. That's not how I say it. I messed up our own catchphrase. We talk about whatever, whenever, and however we want. We can range from the most heartfelt and beautiful of stories to the most stupid, idiotic drool ever created. But that's where the fun is, because it's all arbitrary. We do whatever we want. But usually we have a topic or a game. We've had a lot of game-centered episodes as of late, but we're going to actually get back into a more specific topic for once. But before we get into that, before we get into all the juicy fun stuff, we want to catch up a bit because
It's been a minute.
it has been a minute. We usually have a small talk portion in the beginning just to catch up with one another. Usually there's not much to say because we would record like once a week, so it's not like we don't see each other. We haven't recorded an episode for like a month.
Yep. Even though you guys have seen episodes come out the last 3 weeks, but you know, something happened. We anticipated this, so we pre-recorded a bunch of episodes, but we started back in college.
Yep, school started up again, so our schedules got weird. His got very, very hectic and busy. Full-time job and full-time school. I'm still part-time job, full-time school, so I'm still a little boy. So things got busy, so we recorded 4 episodes all in 1 week before school started, and that's why we were able to line them all up for the week. I'm not making any sense right now. We'll get into that in a little bit for the small talk, but before I give my portion of the small talk, I guess, Peter, how you doing? Anything new?
Doing pretty good. School and work have consumed my life to the fact where I'm running like full blast as soon as Monday hits. I just put the foot down on the gas pedal and we just run right through all the way to Friday. Yep. And about 3:34 o'clock Friday, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the gas pedal off just a little bit.
Yep.
How about you? How's the last little bit been going?
School's been weird. It took me a while to establish a routine, and I have one now, but one of my professors gave us something to do, which is now kind of throwing my schedule out of whack, which I'm like, great, thanks. But what you gonna do? You just gotta deal with it. And you're talking about like pedal through the metal for the week. It's the same with me too.
Yeah.
Like I get to the point where like I yearn for Sundays, because Sundays are the one days I don't do school or work. So I'm like, it's always like, it's Monday, 6 more days until Sunday, 6 more days until Sunday. Like I just, I start counting down the day. Like I get the calendar, I'm like, all right, come on, you're getting there. But no, I've had an interesting week because on Thursday night, so I have a night class on Thursday nights, luckily it's online, and I'm sitting there, it's painful. It's a 3-hour long class. It's almost 3.5 hours long. It goes from 6 to 9:20. And I'm sitting there, and normally I'm tired by the end of the day because I'm doing homework all day. And I'm like sitting there, but I'm like more tired than usual. And I'm like, man, why am I so tired? But also I start shivering. Like it's freezing, and it's like probably like 75 degrees outside. It's not cold, it's warmish, and I'm like teeth is chattering. I'm like freezing. I'm pulling off like the icicles from my nose and using them as chopsticks. Like I'm so cold, and eventually I'm like, oh man, I must be getting a cold. I'm a little sick. Oh well. And I go the rest of the night, and I'm just like, well, hopefully this goes away soon. I have a life, and I go to bed a little bit early because I'm tired. I'm usually an 11:30 bedtime guy, which is kind of late. So early for me was like 10:40 or something like that, but it's still early. And I woke up like an hour later because I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm in the bathroom, I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I start wobbling back and forth. All of a sudden I like can't stand, like I'm on one leg, and I'm like, whoa, that's weird. All of a sudden I go I just fall forward and I face plant into our cabinet. You've been in my bathroom before. You know where the cabinet.
Yep.
I have a cabinet right above my toilet, and I was like standing at a weird angle. I face planted in the corner of my cabinet, and I like trying to catch myself before I did it. I like slapped like this basket of like hair pieces and like essential oil things that my mom uses just all over the floor, and I'm like, what just happened? And all of a sudden I have the worst wave of nausea take over, and I'm like, oh my, I'm gonna throw up. I don't know what to do. So I like, normally if I lay down, because I guess let me wind up a little bit. Usually when I get nauseous like that in the middle of the night, it's because I got up too quickly. Sometimes I jump out of bed way too quick and my body can't handle it, so I get nauseous. And I thought that's what happened. And usually what calms that down is if I lay down on a flat surface just for like a minute, and then eventually the nausea will go away. So I was like, all right, time to lay down. And normally when that would happen, I would just lay in the bathroom ground, the bathroom floor. But I was afraid that with the noise I had triggered, that my parents would have heard it and come running in and just see me laying on the bathroom floor. They would have been like, oh, he's dead. And so I like flung open the bathroom door, wobbled around in my pitch black hallway, tried to find my bedroom door, threw that open, kept walking until I felt my bed, face planted onto my bed, passed out for like 10 minutes, woke up, was drenched in sweat, the nausea gone, but drenched in sweat. Then I like walked back into the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and I was so pale. Like my lips were the same color as my skin, and that's terrible. I was so pale, and I was just like, oh. And then I tried to go back to bed, woke up every hour because in the middle of the night, my body was like, here's a migraine. And then I had a migraine from like that night till like probably 8 o'clock the next night. It was a very, very, very long time. And I had every symptom in the book. I had a horrible, horrible cough. My throat was like super scratchy, dry, sharp. My nose was super runny. The migraine, I was very dizzy. I would get bouts of nauseousness every now and again. Nowhere near as strong. I was basically bedridden. And then I had to call out of work for the first time ever. I've worked at this pizza place for 3 years. I've never called out because I'm a trooper. This time I was like, I can't. So that was crazy. And I'm healing up. You could probably hear I'm congested, but I'm healing up.
Mm-hmm. We're rocking.
Wild horses can keep me away from doing this podcast. I would have done it in the hospital.
That would be quite the episode.
Yeah, we'll have the hospital episode one day.
Yeah, that would. I don't know if I want to.
We'll do an episode where we do something super intense, like we'll go like skydiving without parachutes or something like that, then we'll have the hospital episode the next.
Oh my! I don't know if we would survive that.
Well, it depends on how high we're jumping.
Okay. Sounds good. Well,
and don't pay attention to that voice crack. I'm sick.
Speaking of skydiving, our topic today has to do with kind of skydiving, I guess.
It like depends on where you land in that certain area. We're talking about fears, and not specifically like phobias and stuff. It's like it could be like stuff that scares you currently, stuff that scared you in the past, fears you have, just anything
hypothetical.
Anything that just makes you or made you uneasy, like, or just gave you the chills. So we're covering like a bunch of broad stuff. We're not gonna get existential, like I fear no one's ever gonna love me. I fear of nuclear war. Like we're not getting that deep. This is gonna be like a lighthearted fears of like making fun of the stuff I used to be scared of as a stupid kid. But I have a couple on my mind. Do you have any?
I do have a couple too, but I think I'm going to let you kick it off.
Oh my gosh, I forgot! Dude, I forgot! It's been so long!
We're so out of the
out of the loop.
It's time for...
It's time for Isaac's Corner of Absurdity!
I am so glad you reminded me. I have not been able to do an Isaac's Corner of Absurdity for so long.
It's driving you crazy.
Yeah, I've been going absurd. But no, this is a subject I've been wanting to do for a while because there was a podcast I listened to where their topic was this, and it was very entertaining, and I go down the rabbit hole myself sometime. I want to talk about the weirdest world records.
Okay, yeah.
Because there are some weird ones.
For sure.
And
I mean,
some are just weird, and some are like weirdly specific.
when I was in elementary school, they had like book fairs, or just in the library, they had the world record books.
Was it Guinness?
Guinness World Record books. And they had like the weirdest people and the weirdest images, and like
I was always so weirded out seeing like the guy with the longest fingernails.
Yes,
I was
know.
always, and I remember like because there'd be an updated one like every year or whatever. And one time my dad had gotten me like a Guinness Book of World Records from the library of like that year, and he was paging it through with me, and that guy came up with the longest fingernails, and he's like, "This guy is still in here? When I was a kid, this guy still had the longest fingernails." I'm like, ew. I'm like, because nobody wants to beat that because it's gross. Anyways, there's some doozies on here. Okay, this isn't as updated because this is 2023, but that's still close enough, and I highly doubt a bunch of these were beaten all of a sudden within the last 2 years. Maybe they were. Someone can correct me on that if they really want, but I mean, whatever. But one of them, longest distance full body burn run without oxygen.
what does that mean?
Let's see here. So, French firefighter Jonathan Vero, 39, donned a protective suit and was set ablaze on a track. Wait.
Oh, they like light the people on fire and they run.
And was set ablaze on a track and for an 893-foot run that earned him the record for the longest distance full body burn run without oxygen. Vero completed the first 328 feet in a time of 17 seconds, which earned him a second title for the fastest full body burn 100-meter sprint without oxygen.
You're a crazy man.
He ran 328 feet in 17 seconds? What the heck? The fire gave him extra motivation, I guess. Longest tongue on a living dog. Rocky, a 9-year-old boxer from Bloomington, Illinois, had his tongue measured at 5.46 inches from the tip of his snout to the tip of his tongue.
5 foot?
5 point.
Okay.
Sorry. 5.46 inches from the tip of his snout to the tip of his tongue. No, he's not Scooby-Doo. He doesn't have like he's covered in cotton candy and he's like cleaning it all off himself. But no, that's still pretty long. The canine's lengthy mouth muscle took the record for longest tongue on a living dog from Zoe, a Labrador German Shepherd mix, whose 5-inch tongue had earned her the title earlier in the same month.
Okay, so there's some long lickers out there. That was a weird way to say it. There's some dogs with long tongues out there.
Long lickers. We're keeping it. I'm going to coin that phrase. That's the new Nonsensical merch. Long lickers.
Oh, no.
Most magic tricks underwater in 3 minutes. Avery Emerson Fisher, 13. Oh, she's young.
Oh, that's crazy.
Good for her. Combined her interests of scuba and stage magic to perform 38 tricks in 1 minute while submerged in a tank at the aquarium of the Bay in San Francisco. Fisher, who holds 12 scuba diving certificates. 12?
She's way ahead of the game.
Did she get one for each year? She currently working on her 13th?
Apparently.
And has been on more than 30 ocean dives. Said she hopes her record will inspire others to take up scuba diving and raise awareness of ocean conversation. Forget the magic tricks. She's a main character already. Okay, now this one. Most people eating a single piece of spaghetti simultaneously.
Oh, okay. That's one interesting.
Have you seen Lady and the Tramp?
Yes, I have.
You know that scene where they're eating, they go, and they kiss?
Yeah.
So basically,
a lot of
German restaurant group of Vapiano gathered 465 couples at.
Whoa, 465. So that's literally 800 people.
So yeah, let's do the math here quick.
900 and
465 times 2, 930.
Yep.
So 930 people at the Tempelhof Airport hangar in Berlin to perform a simultaneous Italian kiss, which involves 2 people sharing a single strand of spaghetti and locking lips when they meet in the middle. The restaurant group initially set the Lady and the Tramp inspired record in 2020 and decided to take it back when they were bested by a group of 433 couples. What's that look like? How long is this spaghetti noodle?
I don't even know. I can't visually understand the whole Is it
like
like
are they
individual?
all like it's like they're all standing next to it and it's like running like through their teeth like but how are they
I think it's the amount of people that are doing the one spaghetti kiss, French kiss.
either way, that's a wild like just sentence though. Most people eating a single piece of spaghetti simultaneously like and then that
Yeah,
many
yeah, I
people. Just do a couple more. Fastest time to assemble Mr. Potato Head blindfolded.
Nice.
Andre Ortloff, a serial world record breaker with more than 100 titles to his name, donned a blindfold and started with a fully disassembled Mr. Potato Head toy. Ortolf added the feet, arms, face, and hat to the plastic spud in 12.11 seconds, earning the record for the fastest time to assemble Mr. Potato Head. It keeps putting every 5 seconds. Every time it mentions blindfold, it keeps putting in parentheses.
Oh.
So it's like putting together Mr. Potato Head blindfolded.
Yeah.
So blindfolded. I'm like, why are you whispering it to me? Longest mustache on a living person, male. Had to specify. Paul Slozar of Somerville, South Carolina, had the length of his 2 foot 1 inch whiskers officially verified at the National Beard and Mustache Championships in Casper, Wyoming, earning him the GWR title. Slozar sports an English style mustache defined by the World Beard and Mustache Championships as slender, beginning from the middle of the upper lip with the hairs extremely long and pulled to the side. Tips may be lifted slightly. I didn't realize there's guidelines. All right, and the last one. Fastest 5 meters on a scooter by a parrot. A speed demon cockatoo named Chico made an appearance on Italian TV show Lo Show de Record and rode his bird-sized scooter a distance of 16.4 feet in 14.58 seconds to break his own previous record of 17.79 seconds, which was set just days earlier. Bulgarian man Kalyon Yakashev, a professional parrot breeder and trainer, said he had Chico since the avian was only 3 months old, and the bird showed an early aptitude for learning tricks and performing them for crowds. Good for Chico.
Yeah, good for him, man.
I mean, we should do a world record. Like we should do like
We could totally do it.
longest time holding each other's shoes or something like that. Like.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
It's in the works.
Yeah, that'll be an episode down the line.
Yeah.
That does it for Isaac's Corner of Absurdity. All right, now that train wreck of the first half of the episode is done, that was absolutely messed up the format, but just to recap, we're talking about fears. Things that scare us or scared us in the past, whether it's like something physical or just like a phobia or something, just something that's scary and we don't like, that makes us uncomfortable. I have a couple, he has a couple. I'm going to go first, I guess.
Yep.
So I guess I'm just gonna go basic at first. But though I don't have too many phobias. There's only 2 that come to mind. One is I don't like needles.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never liked shots. Like I don't know what it is. Like I didn't really realize I had a fear of it until I got like older, like as a teenager, because like my mom, like, because we had gotten new insurance, so we had to go to a different doctor, and she's like, yeah, since this is like our first checkup, they're gonna like give us a bunch of stuff, and she was like, they're just gonna like. The person's like talking in the background and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna do like a physical, we're gonna get heights, weight, we're gonna give you a flu shot. And I was like it was like what and then you hear like the record scratch like and like rewind, yeah, we're gonna give you a flu shot. And I was like like I got like so uncomfortable. I don't know what it is. Needles have always freaked me out. I also just don't like sharp objects. Like my mom, she's gonna hate that I call her out like this on this because I call her out about it all the time. She has this issue where she just walks with like a knife, like she'll be cutting up something in the kitchen and just be like just walking with it out, and I'm always like, whoa, like watch what you're doing. It's probably not as obnoxious, but to me it looks that obnoxious. Like she's just pointing it out, and anytime I've ever watched something where someone gets like stabbed, I'm like, no, I hate that. And needles just don't feel that far off. Like getting something poked into you, it makes me uncomfortable.
It's not a big fear of mine, needles, but like a normal shot is fine with me, and I could care less about it. You just don't look, or sometimes I will look. But what's worse is the Novocaine shot.
Is
that's what they do for numbing.
Interesting? Okay.
I just don't like that sense of it.
Well, see, I've never gotten Novocaine.
The whole apparatus is intense looking, and I've gotten like dental work done, and I've had issues with my back teeth. They were gonna do something with it, so we went to the special surgery doctor where I got my wisdom teeth removed at, and he was gonna like do something in there, and you know they know it, so they put a piece of, I guess it was just like a paper towel over their tools, their surgeon tools, and one of them was like the syringe, and you know the needle's like yay long, and then the whole thing you've got like two, it's like a big, not to get into details, but you know it's just a big needle, and I'm not about that one.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've never had to worry about Novocaine because the only like dental procedure, I think I've had one cavity my entire life. I was really young, and I don't even remember. I just remember they had like 5 different like tools in my mouth at once.
Yeah.
So it was like but then like, and then I had my wisdom teeth removed, but I was put under for that. But yeah, I don't know, just needles, don't like them, pokey, mean. And then my second fear is, this one sounds weird, but it is a fear that people definitely do have, and I don't know if it's as extreme, but I don't like them. I hate bees. I hate bees. And
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that for you.
Really?
Which is funny. I say that, but no, keep going. Keep going.
I'm gonna get back to that. Okay. I think the biggest reason is I've never been stung.
Oh.
I've never been stung by a bee
Okay.
before, and it's like this weird thing of like, I'm never gonna be stung by a bee, and specifically wasps, because bees are less likely to sting you than wasps are. Wasps are the most aggressive things out, with their legs dangling when they come flying by. Like, I'll be outside, and my mom said like one time, she's like, I was just standing in the middle of the yard doing something. She said she just saw me go like, and then like basically almost somersault backwards because this bee or whatever was just like in my face. I don't know. I don't like them. They give me the willies.
Yeah, no, the reason I say that I could see that was one of the last meetings that we had for young adults. There was a bee that was attacking me, or like
right.
the group, and then
That's
it like
right.
got me. Like it was running after me, and I just like stand there, step back a little bit, and then it starts getting like frustrated at me. So I start running around in circles, but mostly just because I was annoyed by it, not because I was like necessarily scared. But
Yeah.
like you were just like, whoa, okay.
I know. I took like 10 steps back for every like one step you took. I was like, don't get it near me.
Yeah, the I've had like I've gotten stung a handful of times, so and it's just annoying more than anything. I was trying to process through what I was gonna say, and the one thing that came to mind was about like a fear of heights, but not in the sense of a fear of me falling. It was more in the sense of me doing something stupid that then would cause me to fall. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So like I'm okay.
If you were juggling near a cliff, like if you were gonna
Yeah.
cause yourself to.
like I'm okay. Like in my past, when I was like a little bit younger, I did a bunch of like flips and parkour and things of that nature, and so like standing on the top of like a tall thing, you know, on the edge is I'm comfortable with, but like more of I'm gonna just do something stupid and trip and fall, and then I'm gonna like majorly injure myself. It's
Yeah.
maybe like I'm gonna do something dumb to make myself look dumb, and then fall off that tall object. So it's more of like a self-conscious thing than actually being afraid of the height.
Yeah.
Now I haven't gone skydiving. I haven't done something like that. I also work in a tall, high-rise building, so I don't know if that does anything, but you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look out the window, it's like.
Yeah, I'm not like deathly afraid of that, but that was like one thing that I think everyone in a sense has a fear of heights in some capacity, whether it's very obnoxiously crazy fear of heights or
Yeah, like my parents don't like heights.
Yeah.
My dad has always been very uneasy about heights, and I'm weird. Like, heights freak me out, but never enough for me to like not do something. Because like I love roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a bit like I love going on like the 200 feet tall like roller coasters
yeah.
and stuff like that. And I want to go on like even bigger ones, like, and like that's never bothered me. I've always just been like, I'm safe up here, wee, and stuff like that.
You're
Like
strapped in.
but I feel like if I was like rock climbing heights,
Oh.
that freaks me out.
Sure.
Because it's something I'm in control of. Mm-hmm. like, because then I have to count on myself, like, grab, fine, grab. Like, the few times I've been rock climbing, man, my heart is racing. When it's something I'm not in control of, like, and someone else is in charge, I'm just like, well, whatever happens, happens.
Maybe that's why I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, because like I've gone rock climbing at the rock climbing gym near us lots of times, and we've done hikes and whatnot, and you look off the edge and it's okay, that's fine. But yeah, that was the one thing that came to mind, is like less of the actual height fear, but more of just the I'm gonna do something dumb that's gonna cause me to put myself in danger for whatever reason. So maybe it's like a fear of hurting my pride. Maybe is that what I think about it?
That's his biggest fear. The fear of hurting his pride.
No, that sounds so bad. Oh man, we're tired here. I'm tired here a little bit. I'm gonna cut that out. Cut. I don't know. Do you have any other fears that are coming to mind? Otherwise, I
not like specific phobias. Like I have like more stories of like of like scary instances and stuff. But if you have more phobias,
I don't really have any like major phobias. But maybe not a fear, but those images where it's black and white lines and they're like going all over, like the illusion images.
Oh yeah. But like, and it's like supposed to be that if you stare at it long enough, they'll start moving.
Yeah, exactly. Which definitely happens, by the way.
It's weird.
But like, I don't really like that, or like visual illusions like that. That's like not a fear, but just like a.
Have you ever heard of tryptophobia?
Yeah.
Because tryptophobia is like kind of similar. Tryptophobia is like when there's a bunch of holes.
Yeah.
And like it's almost like an offset of that, like slightly different.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I feel there's probably something like that. Did you know there's actually a phobia of phobias? Or the fear of being afraid?
Well, now I do.
Like, I did it as like a youth group thing, because I help out with the youth group here, and I did it as like a fun fact trivia game where I was like, true or false? I forgot what it was. Like, something phobia is the fear of being afraid, and they were like, that sounds true because that sounds way too specific. And I'm like, yeah, apparently, I don't know how that works. Like, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, like you just get more scared as you keep like thinking about it.
Do you have any? Well, tell us about one of your stories.
Yes. So. One of the first ones that came to me. So when I was a kid, throughout elementary school and like half of middle school, I was so scared of like the dark and stuff, because I hung out with a lot of people who were into like horror stuff. They like to tell me like, oh, look at this character, or like, oh, look at this clip from this game or something. And I wasn't into scary stuff, but I just.
Keep going. Sorry, I just remembered something that I could talk about.
Like they would be like, look at this part in the scary game, and I wasn't into horror stuff, but I was like, you're my friend, I'll listen to what you guys say. And like I took that stuff, like the images just stayed with me. And so like, and then like I was just weirdly scared of other things. Like I was scared of bears. Bears scared the crap out of me for some reason.
That's an interesting one.
Like, and to the point where it was really irrational, because like the room I slept in at the time, the way it was set up, like my bed was, I had like these, like a big window with like, it was like sliding windows and like a big center one, and it was like in the center of my room, and my bed was in the middle of it, like, so I would be like
looking up at the window, and the window's right above your head.
Yeah, and the way the blinds, because I had blinds at the time, if they're flipped a certain way, if you're looking up, you can see right through the window.
Oh,
and
nice.
Sometimes I would be like, I saw someone there. Like, they were looking at me. Or I started getting to the point where I thought the bears and the coyotes that I'm scared of, they're going to find me and they're going to break through the window and come get me. I don't know what started my fear of those like wild animals, but I would always be like, oh no, the wolves, the bears. It always went back to bears. And specifically one time, I remember when I was really young, I was having a rough night where I was just like scared of everything, and it was super stormy out on top of it. So you're hearing all sorts of noises. You're seeing flashing lights. I'm like, so I remember like I had like run into my parents' room, like, guys, I'm scared. And my mom, like, who would take a lot more pity on me than my dad would. My dad was great, but he was the wrong person I wanted to wake up, because I'm assuming your parents are probably the same way, but like your parents probably have a specific side of the bed or whatever, because like my parents always had their specific sides of the bed, and I always knew where my mom slept. And I remember one time they switched sides one night, so I went to go to my mom's side, and I woke up my dad, and I was like, like I was scared because I'm like, you're not mom. I wanted mom. But like my mom, sometimes when I was scared, she would have me go like sleep out in the living room because it was a much bigger area. It was like more like, I don't know. Like I did feel safer in there for some reason,
Yeah.
which I don't know why. I feel like since it's bigger, it should be scarier. But I was sleeping there one time. I was just on the couch, and she was like, "All right, well, I guess something's wrong. Come get me or whatever." And I'm sitting there, and to this day, I don't know what I heard, but I heard something laughing. Like I heard like this or something like that, and I was like. And I ran into my parents' room, and I was like, oh, something's in there. It was scratching the window, and it started laughing at me. And my mom's like, there's nothing there. I'm like, yeah, it was. And she's like holding me, and she's like, looks at my dad. She's like, can you just like go check like for him? Like he's like, ugh. Like he's like making whatever grunt, and he's getting up, and she's like, can you just make sure like nothing's there that laughs at him? And he's like, I don't want to get laughed at. He like walks down the hall, and I'm all like, that's the last I'll ever see of Dad. Like, I was convinced something out there was gonna get me, and eventually he comes back and just like, go back to your room, go sleep. And then I went to sleep, and it was fine. But I just remember as he's walking away, he's like, I don't want to get laughed at though. And I was like, oh, see, he's scared too, Mom. I don't know what it was, but noises are weird, and your imagination as a kid, everything's running rampant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the one story that, funny enough, that actually prompted me, when I was younger, specifically in 3rd grade, teachers play movies, and, they, usually they're relatively, you get to, they do like the people, like we vote on whatever
Would you rather watch Muppets or Penguins of Madagascar?
Yeah, exactly, something like that. And in 3rd grade, I don't know if you've seen the original Jumanji.
A long time ago. I never finished it. It freaked me out.
Yes, and that's why. They played it in 3rd grade, and I watched a good a portion of it. And there were some people that they allowed, if you don't want to watch the movie, then, obviously it was like probably towards the end of the school year and whatnot. You could go to like, they had this little computer nook and just go play those games on the computer.
Or go color in the hallway.
Exactly, do something like that. I asked the teacher after watching, so I was scared of the original Jumanji, which, to be honest, isn't the most kid-friendly.
It's in the age of movies where it's listed as like PG, but it came out in the 80s, and PG meant something slightly different because there wasn't, it was literally, like, I think it was only PG and R. Were the only 2 ratings for movies at the time.
So I was scared of that, okay? And this caused me to,
Was there a specific scene?
I don't really remember.
For me, it was when the kid turns into a monkey. Do you remember that at all?
Vaguely, yeah.
Because it's all about, like, it's a jungle-themed game, and there's, like, a hunter chasing after him, there's, like, elephants and stuff, and one of the kids starts slowly turning into a monkey. That freaked me the heck out. I'm like, why is he a monkey?
Yeah, so that was the one thing that, like, I was afraid of when I was younger, is that weird movie, and I was like, I don't know about that. And then of course you go to bed and you have dreams about it. But because they let me, go do my own thing outside of the classroom or whatever. So I don't know if you remember, there was like games like Club Penguin and Animal Jam and Webkins.
Oh, Club Penguin, Club Penguin, Animal Jam. I didn't play much Animal. I was a Club Penguin guy.
Yeah,
that's what I played.
Okay, I mostly played Animal Jam, but these girls were playing it, not Animal Jam. They were playing Club Penguin, and I thought that, I've never played with Club Penguin. That's such a cool game. That looks cool. So they I logged in into like my school account or whatever, and like signed up for a Club Penguin account on the little computer there and played a little Club Penguin. But the scary prompted me, let's just watch these penguins like waddle around and like play games and like talk to people. That's a good thought.
I was also I was a crybaby as a kid with movies. My sister she's gonna watch this, and she's gonna be like, ha ha! She's gonna point at the TV and laugh as I tell this next story. Certain scenes in movies would traumatize me, even if they're kid-centered movies. One scene that always comes to me is, I'm assuming you've seen Finding Nemo.
Yes, I have.
The opening to that movie always freaked me the heck out when the barracuda shows up.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
and like it bares its teeth and then like it eats all the eggs and coral.
Yeah.
That scared me so much all the time because we used to own like Finding Nemo on like DVD, and I would always watch it. I would always walk out of the room in the very beginning of that, and I would be like, oh, they're going to school now. It's fine. I come back in. Like, that freaked me out all the time. That stupid barracuda. And then it was the same with The Incredibles. Like,
Okay.
I love The Incredibles. There's a scene at the very end where, like, the little boy Jack,
Yeah.
he's like getting kidnapped by the bad guy, and he turns into like this red like devil baby. That also scared me. I was always like,
Interesting.
he used to be a little baby. Now he's muscular and red and hair pointy. Like, and that would always scare me too. But the biggest thing for me was always, I could not handle it, and I guess I don't even know if this is a fear rather than me just being a wimp. If an animal died in any way, shape, or form,
I remember you talking to me about this, yeah.
and I remember like even if it was not an animal that was even a character of a movie, if it was this little butterfly, someone swatted it out of the air, I'd be like, like I'd start bawling, and my sister would get so fed up with me because we would be watching movies as like a family, and because this animal died in the middle of it, I'd just start bawling, and we'd have to like stop the movie to like console me or whatever, and she'd get so annoyed because she was enjoying the movie and she didn't care about that random bird that got shot because there was a hunting scene. Or like specifically, my parents like love old movies, and we're watching. Have you heard of Creature of the Black Lagoon? Like an old. It's like a fish monster movie, but from like the 50s.
Okay.
So it's not even scary because it's like an old movie.
Yeah.
And this guy in like a fish costume shows up, and he like, pulls like a. Not like a stork, but like those white birds you see like sitting in lakes.
A crane?
Like, yeah, a crane. Like pulled it into the water, and that was at the very beginning of the movie, and I couldn't handle it. I was like, ah! And my sister will always remind me. She's like, yeah, we couldn't watch that because you started crying, and I'm like, my bad. I love animals, and it traumatizes me to see them get killed. The last thing I'll say for me, I guess, is I was just flat out scared of the dark for the longest time. Like, I had a nightlight longer than I'd like to admit. And like one night, the nightlight went out because I was like, I had a loft, and like I had the nightlight, like obviously it would have to be under the loft, but it shined like through it, so it like the ceiling was somewhat lit up, and I had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden I heard like, I literally hear it pop. It was like, and I opened my eyes and everything was pitch black, and I was like, like I started.
Well, like when you were younger, did your parents have like, I want the door cracked open or whatever? Yep. Okay. Exactly.
There was a very specific. I'm not gonna get too into it because we might have some younger viewers, and in case I don't want to scare them with stuff. Yeah. There was like a very specific horror character that some older kids told me about when I was in elementary school, and I was scarred, like I was terrified of him, and I was always like, he's gonna come get me. So my biggest thing was always like, all right, I'm gonna have the blinds closed this way, so I'm not looking at him. My door's gonna be cracked open that way. My dad,
you had a whole mission.
yeah, that way my dad, who's in the office down the hall, I can scream for him. He'll come running in, he'll distract the monster, and I'll run the freedom, or he'll, like, I was always like, for the longest time I had the door open because I needed they needed a little bit of light. And mine was always more just so like, in case I screamed, someone will hear me. One last story came to mind. One time, again, this is kind of a weird episode because it's like, I say it's things that go bump in the night. I'm pretty sure that's the working title. Yeah. It's kind of like more irrational fears or stuff that was proven not to be whatever, but I guess it's stuff that's scary and moments we were scared. And one time, my parents were celebrating their
anniversary?
Yeah, their anniversary.
Yeah.
And they went out of town for like a night, and so it was just me and my sister for the night. Duh.
Yeah.
And so what me and her had done is that we pulled a big mattress out into the living room, and she picked a movie and I picked a movie, and we watched that, and then we slept in the living room. Mm-hmm. And I think she picked High School Musical, and I picked Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension.
Sure.
Great time. And so we slept, and there was the biggest thunderstorm that night where like it was like boom, like where the house is shaking. And I remember like, I think I woke up and my sister was like not in the mattress with me, and I was like, where'd you go? And then like she, like, I think apparently she had just gone to the bathroom or something, and she was like, she was, or something like that. Because she like comes back and she's like, there are shoes by the back door, and we're like, not like that. I'm like, that's not our shoes, right? She's like, no.
Uh-oh.
There's other shoes, and we're like, what? So we're freaking out.
Yeah.
Because we're like, there's people here. There's people here. They're gonna come get us. Maybe that was more me, but I remember, like, even though she's older than me, I remember her being, like, freaked out, because she's like, it's just us. It was just us. It was just us, too. Like, it's freaking out, and she, like, gets up to go again. I'm like, I'm not going with you. I'm like, they need to get you first. That way I can get away. And she's gone for like a couple of minutes. And I'm like, she's not coming back, is she? And then she comes back and she's like, Mom and Dad's door is closed. And I hear the sound machine on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they stole their room. But eventually we went back to sleep.
Yeah.
Whatever, we have no sense of survival in a horror movie. We woke up the next morning and I remember seeing my dad just in the kitchen, like, making something. Apparently what had happened was my parents had the worst experience on their anniversary trip ever. Everything apparently went wrong.
Oh, no.
I think, like, they went on a bike ride. My dad's bike tire, like, exploded. They went driving and they hit a bird and exploded on the windshield. They went. I don't know if this is the same time, but I think this was a different time. This might have been a different time, but the hotel they were staying at was really bad, and this might have been the time where the bed they were in had like blood stains on it or something.
Lovely.
So apparently, like, they were just like, no, we're going home. Like, everything's going bad. So
Yeah.
they came home and they didn't let us know because it was really late at night. So they just were like, oh, we'll just go home and they'll see us in the morning. I don't think they knew that we were sleeping in like the living room, so we would have seen that. And it obviously it made sense afterwards. I was so like, people came into our house.
We didn't see that. Yeah, that would be kind of freaky as a kid.
And of course a thunderstorm has to be going on. Like, I swear, everything scary happens when a thunderstorm happens. So I guess this is kind of an Isaac-dominated episode today.
That's okay. I think it's okay, as long as you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, this is when the dislike count gets brought back, and it's just going to be -100.
Well, that means 100 people actually watched it.
Wait, actually, that's great. No publicity. Bad publicity is worse than.
Bad publicity is better than no publicity. Yes.
I'm sick, guys.
Yeah. So, towards the end of the episodes, we always kind of try to end things off on a high note with a verse. Since we talked about fears, Isaiah 41:10 came to mind. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will hold you with my righteous right hand. No matter what fear we've got going on, states right here, do not be afraid, because he's with us. We're going to go through this life, and there's going to be fears, and we're going to walk through them just like we've walked through.
The world's a scary place.
Exactly, just like we walked through, I guess being afraid of bears, and hopefully maybe you're not quite as afraid of bears at this moment in time. Still maybe a little bit of thing. But the whole idea that, things are going to be scary or bring fear upon us. We should not be afraid. Eyes in the sky that's watching over us every moment that we walk and talk. So, got things going on in your life, and you've got fear, anxiety, worry, etc. It's all covered, and you're all lean on God, and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm. I can't. There's nothing really to add to that. That's facts.
Facts.
But yeah, that's gonna bring this episode to a close.
Yep.
Hopefully we got you to solicit a chuckle a bit, or maybe at least just get your straight line mouth to go like for a brief second. But hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully we brought some sort of light to your day.
Yeah. That's the goal, right?
Yep.
Bring some joy to your day, or maybe just laugh at us because we're stupid or whatever it may be.
I think that's the main draw. The dumb guys are.
So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. As long as you enjoyed it, that's all that matters. The plan currently still is every Friday, 9 a.m. Central. Mm-hmm. It might, FYI, it might change because life's getting a little more busy. We're not able to meet as often as we were, though most of it will change. It'll just be every other Friday.
Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below to be...
Hit that like button so I can feel better.
Yeah, there you go. And
Comment down below and tell me to get better.
ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever we upload the next video.
Ring that bell notification to be notified when I get better.
And with all that being said, nonsensical, peace out, like I always do.
Toodles.
Still no end to the episode, no formal ending. So
And
this
there
is-
never will be.